Thank you, Brian. Senator, thank you. You know, you raised an interesting challenge, I think, to the president tonight. Is he taking us to war in Iran?
I'm very concerned that he is. He has been saber rattling, he has been destabilizing the Middle East, and to not only be on the brink of war, but now Iran is on the brink of breaching themselves and beginning to create the nuclear materials they need for a nuclear weapon. It is unconscionable what he's done. He has no strategy at all. He is somebody who is hell-bent on war with Iran. And I'm running for president because I believe we need to stabilize the Middle East. We need to get our allies back to the table and get Iran back to the table and have a negotiated agreement over 20 years and have actually a path for peace in the Middle East.
Do you believe that as a candidate, if you don't get elected, well, you can't be elected the next year, but as a candidate in your voice tonight, for example, for women, do you think you can kill the Hyde Amendment? Because I just wonder if Rosa DeLauro and the others in the House are actually going to do that.
I do. I am tired of being...
You think you can do it?
I do. I'm tired of being on the defense. And as I said, you know, the way Washington works is everything's negotiated behind closed doors. And I can tell you, every time you close that door...
But there's women, there are women behind those doors, too.
Compromises are made on the backs of women. Right. They're the first rights thrown out the window. And that's how we got Hyde in the first place. And so, you know, when I'm talking about Vice President Biden and, you know, men of both parties who have been in charge for a long time, the first thing they do is try to compromise on women's reproductive freedom. And as president, when that door closes, I will never compromise on women's reproductive freedom.
Do you think the shot taken to him, or rather personal shot that he was praising the segregationists by Kamala Harris, your colleague in the Senate, do you think it was a fair shot? That he was praising segregationists?
No. Yes, I think what Kamala said was a fair shot. And I can tell you, you know, it's not up to just black women and brown women to be fighting for ending racism and to fight against the wealth gap between black and white America. It's also incumbent upon white women like me to lift up their voices and fight for them, too. And so I have a very comprehensive approach about how I will address the racial wealth gap as well as institutional racism and systemic racism, from things like ending maternal mortality to having postal banking and legalizing and decriminalizing marijuana, as well as ending cash bail.
Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, you got your message across again. Thank you.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.